Two people have now been arrested after 190 bodies were found at a funeral home in southern Colorado. The owners of the Return to Nature funeral home in Penrose face several felony charges for improperly storing all of those bodies. Authorities have arrested John and Carrie Halford in Oklahoma. We're getting our first look at those mugshots from Oklahoma. Prosecutors charged them with abuse of a corpse, theft, and money laundering. Just an awful story going down there. Fremont County Sheriff searched the funeral home last month after someone complained of a terrible smell. Several agencies were involved in the investigation. Investigators have been trying to give families some closure of their loved ones' remains, but many still don't have answers yet. Prosecutors updated the investigation in a news conference in Colorado Springs just about 90 minutes ago. They say that the details of what they found inside the business are gruesome and shocking. Even after a month full of work, they still haven't identified all of those bodies.
I want to warn you, the information contained in that affidavit is absolutely shocking.
To date, we have positively identified 110 individuals. We have another 80 individuals that we are working on diligently to identify. We have released approximately 25 loved ones back to their families as of today.
The Halfords are still waiting extradition back to Colorado. Investigators are asking anyone who's had any connection with the funeral home after September of 2019 to contact them 4 years ago. At this point, they're working to identify bodies using dental records, though they say that they'll move to DNA testing down the line if they need to. I want to switch now to taking a live look outside of the boss's office, Spear and Logan, and we see some rain moving in right now. Today's going to be much different than yesterday and what we've been used to, Lauren Robinson. We felt that kind of summer, fall weather, and all of a sudden now it's like, no, it's winter.
November did not want to be November for the past, 8 days, right? 7 days, and now it's like, hey, I'm here, I'm finally showing up, but guess what?
Right on cue.
It's not going to last for too long because we warm back up as we go into the weekend, so if you've been waiting for that pumpkin spice latte weather, well, soak it up today, guys, because it's going to change over the next couple of days. This is Colorado, is it not? We have a live look over downtown Denver, and it's very gloomy, very gray. We do have some light raindrops falling down. DIA is still pretty dry, though. 46 degrees there. We have winds coming down from the north at around 20 miles per hour. We will continue to see very light raindrops across the Front Range and Eastern Plains, and then the foothills in the high country is where we're seeing that snow start to fall. But another big story in addition to that precipitation, whether it's rain or snow, is going to be the vast drop in temperatures. We're right now at 46 degrees in Denver, most of the urban corridor in the middle 40s. We are still seeing some 50s off to the east and southeast, 60s in Lamar and Springfield, 30s, 40s, and low 50s right now in the high country, depending on where you are from north to south, and then 50 out west in Grand Junction. But again, the bigger story, the drop in temperatures. Let's take a look at this 24-hour temperature change map. Just this time yesterday, we were 30 degrees warmer in Denver. So if it feels a lot colder out there, it is. Most of the Front Range and Eastern Plains seeing anywhere between 20 to 30 degrees of a temperature drop. Whew, that front came in with a vengeance. Now, we take a look at our HD Doppler radar, and again, we do have some areas seeing some rain, some areas seeing snow. Snow is mostly in the central mountain ranges and then along the northern half of the foothills here. And as soon as you move into the Front Range, that's where it starts to change into some light rainfall, and same goes for northern portions of the Eastern Plains. So as we go throughout our 7-day forecast just ahead, we're going to talk about that cooler weather that moved in today. We're going to talk about some mountain snow, and we do have a weekend warm up in store. All of those details for you just ahead.
A former Arapahoe County social worker was convicted of making up fake child abuse claims to get retribution against an Aurora City Council member. A jury found Robin Nisita guilty of false reporting and child abuse, as well as an attempting to influence a public servant. In 2022, Nisita called a child abuse hotline making false claims against Councilwoman Danielle Jurinsky, saying she sexually abused her son. It happened after Jurinsky called Nisita's former partner and Aurora Police Chief Vanessa Wilson trash. An investigation found there was no abuse.
The woman is an absolute liar, and I've known from day one that she was guilty, so this is amazing. I feel amazing.
Nisita will be sentenced in January, face up to 6 years in prison. Nisita is also accused of faking a cancer diagnosis to avoid prosecution in the case. She's facing 10 charges in that case. There's a hearing next month for that. Well, right now your votes are still being counted from yesterday's election. There's still a few races that haven't yet been called. First, we have the results in the big statewide tax measure, though, that would have reduced Tabor refunds to offset some of the increases in property values. Proposition HH got absolutely destroyed in the polls. That means there'll be no changes to the current property tax structure, at least not for now. This is what it looks like on your screen there. Opponents of Prop HH say it was an attempt to grow government by cutting into future Tabor refunds. Proponents of HH, however, like Democratic Governor Jared Polis, called the ballot question a comprehensive long-term response to high property tax increases. Now Democrats will have to find a different way to address raising property taxes. We spoke with Michael Fields last night, who was behind the No on Prop HH campaign.
Yeah, ultimately, there's two things that needed. One is a big cut this year so people don't see this massive increase. The second thing is a cap. You need a cap on property tax increases so that this doesn't happen again. The problem is this could happen in 4, 6, 8 years all over.
Field says the governor needs to call a special session on property tax relief. Reached out to the governor and other proponents of HHH, just HH, not HHH, just HH. Apart from a very short statement from Polis, we were told he's too busy up in Wyoming in the mountains with meetings this week.